Hello everybody, my name is Michael, and welcome to another one of my videos on Internal Alchemy. And also welcome to my creative space here. And today we're going to talk about another basics of Internal Alchemy. In fact, we're talking about the basics of the basics, probably even most likely the very first step, if not one of the very first steps you should learn for your own internal alchemy type of thing. And today we're talking about breath and breath work. And we're not going to talk about the thousands of types of breath work out there. If you really want to practice a lot of that's actually really good. Go do it. Fine, there's a bunch of videos on there. I'll probably make some more videos on different types of breath work. But today we're talking about the basics. In fact, the basics of the basics of the basics. And we're talking about your everyday breath. The breath you should use every single breath. Unless you're doing something else that requires a slightly different type of breath. And it's the one we're talking about is the baby's breath or the Buddha's breath, depending on which school of you want to look at. And it's named appropriately because the easiest example of the baby's breath is to go look at babies. How does a baby breathe? If you look at a healthy baby, it breathes into its belly or its tummy or its diaphragm. However, when you watch a baby, the little stomachs go up and down. The way we're all born, somehow, over time, we all start breathing up here into our upper chests. I don't know if it's because it's lazy or not. You breathe that way when you get tired. I'm not sure. But the baby's breath is the real way of breathing, and we should all be trying to get back to that type of breath. And there are several reasons why we should do that. In fact, actually, let's take a step back. Let's do an experiment, you and I. Okay. Put your hand right here on your chest. And we're going to take deep breaths into our chest. Let's do another one. Okay. How do you feel? Take stock of yourself. You feel maybe a little bit more air in your head, maybe, different things. You felt it here. How did it make you feel? Relax a little bit. We're going to do it again, but this time we're going to do it into our belly. So if you're wearing a belt or have tight jeans or something, relax. You can lay down for this or stand up. I'm just going to lean back a little bit so I'm not buckled over, right? Put your hands, however you want to do it, on your belly, and we're going to do deep breaths into our belly. Now, this might take, if you're not used to this, it'll take you a little bit, but let's breathe. Try to at least move your belly in and out when you do it, and breathe down into your belly. How did it make you feel? How deep were the breaths? Were they deeper than the upper breaths? Were they not? How did it make you feel? That's probably the easiest example. And you'll notice, at least I have noticed, that you get deeper breaths, more into a diaphragmic breath or a belly breath than you do if you breathe into your upper chest. And in fact, you notice a lot of singers and stuff, they'll breathe down here. So why? And I think there's some basic reasons that probably actually the reason why we do this is for health, of course. We all want to be healthier, mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever. And I do remember there was a study a couple decades ago. I wish I had it on me. Maybe somebody can find it on the internet. They took a couple of control groups of people, very similar. I think they were white men in a certain age group. And they had two control groups of lots of people. And they did it over a month's time period, maybe like 6 months or something. They had a bunch of them focus solely on breathing into their chests. And that's the type of breath they wanted them to do. And when they remember to breathe here. And they had the other group do belly breaths. And the same thing. Over time, and they took the two control groups and looked at them as far as their health at the end of this. And an interesting thing that came out of this is that every single person who did belly breaths didn't have any heart issues. Everybody who did upper chest breaths had the standard amount of heart issues. Now, is it totally conclusive? I'm sure there could be better studies. And if we have doctors watching this, go out and do a great study of this. It'd be valuable to the rest of us in the spiritual community to have something documented in our hands. So health is probably your physical health is important. You'll notice your mental health is affected too. Now, when you do a belly breath, breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, and take your tongue and touch it to the roof of your mouth. The tongue connects all of your energy channels, your chakras, right? And so as soon as you take your tongue down and breathe out of your nose, in fact, this is an experiment. You can do this on your own time. Whatever subject beats you up in school, math, whatever it was. Take a page of math, hard math, not something, something that's difficult. And close your mouth, put your tongue up, breathe through your nose, do belly breaths, and do that page of math. And rate how hard was it? How long did it take you? About that difficult item you just did. Now relax, rest, don't think about it, let your brain go back to numbness, whatever, to neutral state, and let's do it again. Only this time, the similar, not the same page, but a similar page of whatever you're doing, open your mouth, do upper chest breaths, and do the same page of math, the same difficult task, and write down and document how hard was this, how long did it take. Do the experiment. Don't trust my words for it. So what are the reasons why we're doing baby's breaths into our bellies? And there are several reasons, and other than just, having mental clarity, being a little bit healthier. In fact, there's a couple different reasons why we're healthy. The main, oxygen. Of course, you get more oxygen when you have more lung capacity used, and little cells in there select more oxygen when there's more of them touching the however, right? More oxygen is a big deal, which of course correlates to healthier, more smart brain, however you want to say it, works better. Another thing is, if you breathe into your belly, you'll notice something. Your belly moves. Obvious, right? But when your belly moves in and out, that muscle moves in and out, the organs themselves get compressed a little bit, move a little bit, right? Every time you do a belly breath, a whole of the organs, which is a lot of them down in here, from your heart down, plus your lungs get it too just because they're moving, right? All of those organs get a little mini massage. And if you've never had an organ massage or a belly massage, go find an expert, not somebody punching on your stomach, but an actual expert who can realign your organs and do the actual massage for all your different organs and stuff. A great experience, much different than a back massage or a leg massage or whatever, or a head massage even. They're all different types. It's a great experience. Well, you can make a mini, not a great one, now you're, a mini massage every breath you take, which several times a minute, you get a little massage. And now for another reason, I guess now for my energy, people are about to say, the energy people doing this video who can feel energies, which probably just about everybody watching this video. You can feel energy. And spaces have energy. If you haven't noticed yet, the easiest way to see this is go into a library. How does the energy feel? Go into a nightclub or go out in a party or something. How does the energy feel? How is it different from that one? Go out into the woods, same concept. How does the energy feel? How is it different from everything else? You'll notice every space you walk into has an energy vibe, a feel to it. And it's not just from objects in the space, because they interact, but it is from the air. The air itself has substance, right? And so that air interacts with the objects, interacts with the people, interacts with a lot of things. That air contains energy. It contains spiritual, whatever you want to call it, energy that enters your body when you breathe in and exits the body when you breathe out. Well, you could make every breath an energy cleanse. And you breathe in what you want, because you don't have to accept the space or any energy that you don't want. You breathe in what you want, you mix that and take the negative things out of your body, your negative energies, and breathe them out. Now, doing this, the actual process of not accepting certain types of energy, you want this to be a subconscious thing, just like you want your breath. You don't want to have to consciously think about your breath every day. You don't want to have to consciously think about, I gotta, put up this mental barrier shield against everything. Right? You don't want to do that you're gonna get you have a brain aneurysm if you're constantly focused on trying to just block all energies around you. Right? You'll forget about everything else. You wanted a subconscious thing. You wanted an unconscious thing. Not even subconscious or unconscious. You wanted a spinal column, natural, it just happens kind of thing. And so the concept is sure, you're going to have to work on putting up a little bit of a shield and practice and work on that. Sure, but eventually that's just going to become a natural shield, a natural barrier to yourself that you can put up. And in fact, sometimes you put that barrier up and you can't take it down because you got so ingrained in it. You have to work with putting it up and taking it down, because sometimes you want to accept certain energies. You want to be able to feel what people around you feel, especially if you're a healer or a diviner or something. You got to be able to connect to those people. You just can't bury yourself and barricade in, because you won't get out of it. So you block what you don't want. You repel it, you repel, however you want to mentally not accept that energy until it becomes a natural energy shield. And then you also take that breath and you move the energy and take all of the energy back out and breathe the energy you don't want, your negative vibes, back out into the environment around you. And then, of course, if the energy in the environment around you is disturbing, you can walk around with little things of sage and stuff. I know a lot of people do that and cleanse the space. And I know, actually, I do that. So it does help too. So that itself is like a little energy massage. Now, the question is, how do we do this? None of us are probably yogis, and if you are, you can comment below. But how, right? How are you going to think about this? Because it's not going to be, okay, I'm going to breathe in the belly, boom, done, I do it now forever. It's going to take time to train your spinal column to do this naturally. And so the easiest way to do this, because you're not going to have 100% focus on this for the next probably 21 days or more, depending on who we are, on how you learn, make a note, write it down. Wear a bracelet or something to remind you if that's what you need to do. Carry a key. I know people used to carry keys for reminders. Write it on the back of your hand right here. Maybe I have to write out this hand because I'm right-handed right now. I'm a little bit left-handed, but write on your hand. Baby's breath, right? So that every time you see it, oh, baby's breath. And your friends see it, what's that on your hand? Oh, baby's breath. Look at it. I'm doing baby's breath, right? I'm learning that for the next 21 days. And like I said, it might take longer depending on how diligent, how often you breathe in there, how prone you are to breathing in your upper chest. Some of you might already breathe down there. Good. You've already mastered the first step of this whole thing. Do it for 21 days until it becomes unconscious. And then once you do it, you won't have to think about it. You'll do it when you sleep. You'll do it when you're walking around. You'll do it at work. You'll do it everywhere. And that's really what you're trying to get to. And like I said, this is the basics. The basics of the basics. Make your baby's breath your every minute, every breath. And you will see such a great impact in your energy levels and your ability to do things and your ability to sense other energies. All of this is connected. Internal alchemy is not the alchemy in one tip of your finger. It's the alchemy of not just you and your body. Internal alchemy extends to the spaces, to everything, to the other people, to the entire earth, the universe itself. Once you start getting into internal alchemy, you'll realize that it's not just internal alchemy. It is universal alchemy. And that's ultimately where we're going, is universal alchemy. But we've got to start with the basics of internal alchemy. So thank you for watching my video. I hope I didn't drone on for too long. If you really liked my videos and you want to see more of these videos, I'm going to make them anyway. Like and subscribe, and we'll go from there. Thank you very much. Goodbye.